Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Kelmscott right now and time for a route. Not actually a route. Here we have done the 243 and also the 240, which is the rarer service at the front, the 240. Really rare service. I think 2 hours per bus for that one, which I filmed actually as the first route here in Kelmscott last year. So this is a circular route via Clifton Hills area, which is very rarely served, only on weekdays. Quite a lot of services you can see on the thing, but of course most of the time it's just here, you see. Oh my gosh, 2 hours per bus in the middle of the day here. So, gas bus over there, I don't know what it's gonna do, but hopefully it's not our 241 that we're going to be doing today. Up to Roleystone Circular, here from Kelmscott Station. So, and then later on afterwards, we will do the 244 from Armadale up here. And I'm also going to take the 245 and 219 by myself. Then I can clear off every single route here in Kelmscott. So I'm not going to film the 219 and 245 because too many routes to film. So why not just take some of them myself. So here is the Roleystone 241 circular, which it has service every single day. And then we're going to be taking a deviating trip today, which is the 919 service. 241 deviates via Hillandale Village. So that's a service that actually every single trip deviates in the morning and then until here. And then here's normal services until the end of the day. No deviations, but we're going to test that deviation out. This is a circular route. Technically you can just take the full loop because it's actually a pretty long circular route, so the driver probably won't care too much. But I really want to explore up in Roleystone, so that's why I'm going to get off before the deviation, and I'm gonna walk all the stops in the deviation and then get back on the next bus to drive through the deviation and then comes back to Kelmscott. So that's the plan of action. Hopefully it's not a gas bus, because gas buses going up the hills will be absolutely miserable. So, but the thing is, down here at Southern River Depot, most of the stuff are just trash B8s, trash B7s or gas buses. That's basically what we have down here. So that's why let's see what it's gonna be. And we'll just take one and then I'll get off in the middle and then wait for 1 hour up in Roleystone. So let's wait for our bus now. Here's the whole route. Start from Kelmscott and loop back to Kelmscott. Basically inside Roleystone, make a big loop. And here, besides the deviation, we have a very, very weird stop right here. Look at this stop. What the hell is this stop? Branching out in the middle of a road. Stop number 13368. Urch Road after Urch Road. What the hell is this name? What? What the hell is Urch Road after Urch Road? Let's go and take a look at that. That's so stupid. Where is that? Huh? On here doesn't say Urch Road after Urch Road, but on the app it says Urch Road after Urch Road. What the actual hell? But basically a stop branch off the middle of the road into the side, and then that one's actually a time stop, so it's going to basically U-turn and then goes back up. And here's the deviation, so that's why I'm going to get off one stop before the deviation. I think it's going to be this one. I'm just going to check. No, these two stops will be actually skipped for the second time according to the app. So I'm going to get off right here, right before the deviation, and then the bus is going to loop the deviation and comes back out. So I'm going to spot it one more time, and then I walk through the deviation, and I'm going to get back on right at this stop before the deviation. So, well, that's the plan of action. Now wait for our bus now, which should be coming from that way. Well, we got a 240 ready to go, gas bus. And we also have another gas bus behind this gas bus, which just finished the 245. That one for sure is going to be our 241 service. So, which is unfortunate, another gas bus. Well, which is already highly expected, but let's see how this gas bus rules the hills later on. Well, just kidding. Is it actually that 240 actually doing the 241? He just finished the 240, absolutely empty, and now he's doing the 241 now. Okay, so on board, 1645. Well, unfortunate, but let's see how this bus goes now. Even if I want to film at the front, I can't because driver instructions. Plus, it is already the side already at the back because the random generator recently keep on giving me even numbers. So that's why even numbers means at the back, odd numbers at the front. So I just keep on getting even numbers. So that's why, unfortunately. Well, like I said, according to the plan, we'll get off before the deviation. And then we're gonna wait for the bus to loop the deviation and spot it again, and I'm gonna walk all of the deviation stops, explore Roleystone a little bit, and then get back on to the next service, which is in an hour. So oh, that guy just finished the 240 and now he's doing the 241. Which is really unfortunate, but first time going up to Roleystone, which is over that way, all those hills areas over there. Only three people on board. Wow. Wow. Well, let's see how this gas bus goes. Okay. $220, $20.35 going along here. So the normal 220 just stops out here, and also another stop right outside the station. Doesn't go into the train station, bus station. But the thing is, yes, there's a 220 in the afternoon that starts from the school on school days. You need to actually loop into the train station because they try to get a more easy connection for the students after getting off at Kelmscott Station. They can just transfer to other routes. So that's why that bus have a very big deviation of a path just to get off this Albany Highway main road to go across the train tracks and then get into the train station. Which is really troll if you see it on the map. So of course, Southern River Depot. Well, let's see how the hills are, because we will be basically immediately looks like a path towards the hill as soon as you actually turn in. I think that's the 240 path right there, which we're not 240, so 241. As soon as we're done with Albany Highway, it's just immediately a hill path. Oh man, first time exploring Roleystone, let's do it. One and only route that goes up there. Every single day there are services, but on weekends 2 hours per bus. So that's why it's impossible to do on weekends. So, but the deviation is operating every single day, so that's why it's ridiculous. 241, here we go, turn left. Oh my gosh. Let's see how this gas bus goes now, because it might not be able to go up the hill successfully. Like on Mark's video he did on the 241, the bus also kind of failed when it goes up the hill. So let's see how this gas bus goes now. It just finished the 220, the 240, which is also a hill route. Alright, let's see how this guy do. The hill paths, oh my gosh. This is so hilly over here. I actually need to check on the app because I have no idea what is when I need to get off, so. We're not there yet. Let's just at least hit that stupid stop first, then we deal with it. The stop that branch off the middle of the road. Oh my gosh. Okay, still not the hills yet, not really going up yet, but we're gonna go up very soon and it's gonna be pretty trashy. Oh, one guy got off already. He's getting off right here. Okay, here we go, going up the hill now. Oh my gosh, what are these stops? Like, they're so bad, these stops. Like, on the other side is a little bit better, but what the hell is this? Not even having a pedestrian path, it's just in the middle of the soil. Alright, here it is, going up the hill now. Let's see how this gas bus do its way, do this. Okay, we're still not on the hills yet. Very soon will be the hills because we need to loop up to Roleystone. This is still the main road. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. Farmland areas over here again. This should also be considered as Perth Hills, so yeah, definitely Perth Hills here. There's also one route, the school route, that actually goes from Lesmurdy, I think, down here via all of the different paths. But that one's school service, so I can't take it. But Mark took it one time and he took some photos for me. He's pretty cool, and it's pretty cool looking. So the thing is, for the school services, since you actually leave secondary school in college and enter university, you're not allowed to take them anymore. So, but for college students wearing and all the students actually wearing uniforms, no matter what school you belong to, you can take whatever. Oh my gosh, that bus stop. You can take whatever school service route. No matter what school you attend, you can take whatever route. So that's why. Okay, this gas bus is doing fine right now. But, so like for example, he studies in Wanneroo and Duncreek, that area, for Mark. And then he came over here to take a Roleystone service, which is also okay to do, so. Oh man, going up. Okay, here we are, almost at the stupid stop that needs to actually branch off the road. Okay, here's where the exact same part will be actually on the other side, but here we're gonna turn left. Yes, here we're gonna turn left, because later on we're gonna come back at the front. So later on we're gonna come back straight at the front over there, but here we go. Oh my gosh, here's the hill path. So let's see how this gas bus actually do this. Oops, I dropped my phone. Oh my gosh, he's trying his best here, this gas bus, really. But this is a fun route to drive, really. Not a joke, this route is pretty fun to drive, definitely. Okay, start to slow down here, which is not cool. But it's just a changing system thing, changing shift things for the bus. Alright, here we go, ready to branch off the stupid road. Which is so dumb, that stop. Literally so useless. Like, why it needs to branch off? I don't get it. Why? Okay, this is not cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, what the hell? Oh, it's just... Oh, people getting on. That was pretty funny. And next stop is the branching off. There are actually 2 stops on that stupid branch. One at the end, one at the start of the road, and one at the end of the road before the U-turn back. Like what? Here it is, bus turn left without any reason, because later on we're gonna basically going straight again. But why? Why we need to do these 2 stops? Here's the 2 stops that we need to go in. Oh, this is the other side stop, which we're gonna go by later on. No stops on this side. First we go down to the U-turn. Okay. This is one of the stupidest stops because it doesn't even have enough space to get in here. Like, what the hell is this stop? It is a time stop, and he's probably gonna actually have to stop here for a while. What is this stop? Oh my goodness, what does it serve? It doesn't even serve anything, and he's just doing a U-turn back now. Turning loop. What is that sign? Turning loop. Oh my gosh. This is such a useless stop here. And he's just basically going back now. Like, what the hell? I don't understand this. Really don't get this. It's not even that far away from the main road. Why not just have a stop at the main road? Seriously. Oh my gosh. What is the speed? Now we turn left. What the hell? Stop here, which is another stop in this stupid branch. And now we go straight. Like, we were just right there, and then we just turn in here. Why not just from there just go straight here? What's the point? Okay, we're almost getting off. I'll get off at the top of Roleystone. Oh my gosh, let's look at these paths. Let's see how this gas bus do these. I technically can just take the full loop, but I want to explore Roleystone, so... Okay, this looks miserable. Oh my gosh. The thing is, the biggest problem is with Southern River Depot, like almost every single bus is a gas bus. Now more people, wow. Really surprising that many people actually taking this route. Now, if you actually take the full loop, it counts as 2 zones. Yes, if you take the full loop, it counts as 2 zones. So if you get on in Kelmscott and get off at Kelmscott, it counts as 2 zones. So that's why you won't get a default fare if you actually take the full journey. Yes, you won't get a default fare because it counts as 2 zones. So that's why you will be paying a 2-zone fare if you take a full loop. I'm checking on the app when to get off. I get off right at the stop before the road, the deviation. I'm gonna spot it one more time after do the deviation, and then after 1 hour we will take the deviation through with a bus. But we will walk the deviations first to show you guys. I'm not gonna walk the whole way with a time lapse. I'm just gonna walk to the stops and film the stops, and then continue walking. There's an IGA in there. Well, this gas bus is doing fine for now. It's not like dying or anything, not breaking down. Because I think Mark's bus did die a little bit in the middle, and then the driver actually need to fix it. Surprisingly, actually, people using this. But unfortunately, is that these people actually get on in the middle here, right at the start of the Roleystone loop. They actually need to loop the whole Roleystone before actually going back down to Kelmscott. So it's actually pretty bad. Or maybe they're just going up to Roleystone, I don't know, but due to the fact that it's actually a single direction loop, so that's why they actually, I don't know how they're gonna have to actually go back later on in the future. Like why not just actually do a 242 that actually goes the other direction? Because 242 is actually, we don't have 242. Before 242 was planned to actually be one of the train replacement routes for Armadale line shutdown in the future. But they decided to not do that because that's so stupid route. It's just basically serving from Armadale to Kelmscott, but serving Sherwood and Charles. Ooh, this looks beautiful. This is really beautiful looking. So, orchids, I think. Orchids. So, oh, we're almost done. We're almost at the stop that we're gonna start deviating. So that's why we're gonna get off very soon. So we'll mark down this number and I'm gonna take the thumbnail. The thumbnail should be actually the next bus. Oh, also before I forgot, thank you so much Thomas here for this request here. Well, made it up to Roleystone. Pretty smooth, but later on it's the longer paths to get back down. Yep. There's a U-turn here, and then 3 more stops and we'll get off, which the deviation is basically at the front here. So there's one stop right at the corner of the deviation loop. So this is the stop before the deviation. I mean, the deviation finished turning, we'll be turning right out here. So, but we'll get off 2 more stops. I'm not gonna get off inside the deviation because I want to get off outside the deviation to get the bus to loop the deviation first and then spot it again. Okay, there should be one stop here, but that's not the one. This is one of the stop. Next stop. Alright, here we go. These 2 stops are so close to each other, Jesus. We'll first get off right here in the middle of the mulch. At least there's actually a decent bus stand here. Alright. So the driver doesn't know that he needs to do a deviation, so he's asking the training instructor. There he goes, 241 at 13344. Later on we will actually see it again. There's actually a sign over here saying bus turn left, but he's gonna do the deviation. So, and yet there he goes, he's still down there, and he's gonna turn right to do the deviation. See, there he goes. Do a right turn. Later on, when we're gonna see it again, I don't know whether he's gonna stop at these stops again. But let's wait for him to come back. And there's the bus after finishing the deviation. It took him quite a while actually to finish the deviation, so it's actually pretty funny. There he is. 1645. Finished the deviation now. He just turned back out, so now he just basically, I think he will be skipping these 2 stops. But if there are people on it, probably he will still pick him up. Oh, there he goes. Turn left now. Actually turning left a little bit before the deviation, so the deviation is all the way down to the bottom and turn right. So, well, let's go to do some of this walking now. We're going to just check out all the stops at the deviation before we take our next service. Alright, there's the first stop right there. Stop 13336. Just after the turn, which is pretty stupid. Just after the turn. That's the first stop. I will continue my walk. And there's the second stop before the bus doing right turn to go up to the, I think, the Hillandale Village, because I still haven't actually seen anything related to a retirement village. But here's the IGA that's actually right behind here. At stop 13337. Continue our way through. Made it up the road a little bit. Just down there is the IGA. I just bought a donut down there at the bakery. 22286 school bus stop for Route 729. Which is the school service. Apparently cannot focus. 729, which is actually a middle stop. It's not even actually a stop that starts. It starts from Roleystone Community College. And it drives down here through this path and direct. It says go to Kelmscott Station, but it's just going over there. What the hell? Anyways, there's a school bus stop here for some BS reason. We'll continue up to the real stop for the deviation. And made it to the main deviation stop, which is the Hillandale Village stop right here, 13347. I think the village is somewhere inside that way. I literally cannot see anything inside the bush here. So, and also another school bus stand on the outside, 13346, which is basically the previous stop of the last stop that we just saw for the 729. Now that's basically all 3 stops inside the deviation. The bus will basically just turn right at the front corner, goes back to the main road afterwards. And finish walking the whole path. Back out to the main road. Now we're going to be waiting at that stop over there for our next service. That one is is 2 stops before the stop that we got off down at the bottom over there. So not a very not a very long walk today inside Roleystone, but this is a very decent area for you to live actually after you're retired. So that's why, because it just feels great in here. So well, we'll wait for I think 20 something more minutes for the next service here. Oh, got on board another gas bus, 1655 this time. The whole bus empty. Wow. Oh man, the whole bus empty. Jeez Louise. Now we got on 2 stops earlier, so that's why we're driving back down to the stop that we got off earlier on, which is right here. No, not there, still a ways the way down. So we'll film this section one more time. I know it's duplicated, but that's okay. But the whole bus is completely empty. Like, what the hell is this? Alright, here's the stop I got off earlier on. Now we do the deviation. Hopefully he remembers to do the deviation. Oh, he almost turned left right there. Holy crap. Deviation time. Let's do it. I literally just walked the whole thing. Now we're going to take a bus to go through it. See, anyone uses it. I saw no one uses the last one. But sure no one's going to use this one too. And like every bus needs to come in here. Not a lot of people uses this deviation, and every bus comes in here. Oh man. I marked down numbers here, 1655. I also need to try to actually see whether my thumbnail actually made it through. Because I tried to actually take the thumbnail inside the woods, and that actually feels a little bit better instead of actually taking it at Kelmscott Station. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't know whether it's actually a Perth bus info worthy, but 1655, so we just took 1645, now 1655. Oh man, will I be the only person on the whole journey? Last bus had decent people on it, but this time 0. Nah, the front seat is literally empty, but we're filming this all the way at the back this time. Oh, actually, that's it for the deviation. No one used it. Here's the main stop for Hillandale Village. Right there, completely empty. Inside is the village, retirement village inside. It's actually still pretty far off from the distance, so... Well, deviation complete. Now we turn back out to the main road, which we were just here. Literally, we just passed through this. So that means I should film this section 3 times between these few stops. Because I filmed the first time, and I did the second time just pass through again because I boarded a few stops earlier. And then when we come back out to the main road, we're going to do the same path again. So I did that path 3 times. Oh man. Yes, I literally did this part right here within these 3 stops 3 times. Yes. Because I've just boarded right over there. That's the stop that I just boarded right over there. And then we drove down here to go to the deviation. Now we drove again, which for the first time on 1645 I already passed through here one time, so that means I filmed at this spot 3 times. Wow. Well, anyone getting on at these stops? Because he shouldn't stop at it, because it's technically the second time passing through, so that's why. Well, now we turn left now, done with the deviation. Yep, literally passed it through this stop 3 times today. There we go, now turn left, right here. Now we make our way back down to Kelmscott Station. Okay, he's trying his best again, this fast bus. Oh man, this is a rough one. Wow, that was a really rough one there. Oh, that's a pretty bird right there, just flew off. It's pretty cute and pretty with the colors. Why the hell there is a real bus stop over here? Why the hell there's a nice stand in the middle of the road right here? Like, what is this? Why the hell there's a real stand there instead of just a pole? Oh my gosh, but this path though. Oh, yeah. This is a very massive circular, so that's why. Now there are actually also trips that actually is not doing a circular route. So that's why if you actually check on the app, it still actually lets you to actually switch directions. So the outbound trips are all considered circulars. So basically outbound trips with Kelmscott to Kelmscott, that's the outbound trip. While there are some inbound trips that actually start inside Roleystone and goes just down to Kelmscott. That's it. So that's why it has 2 different directions technically for this. But it's just really confusing when they actually set it up that way. So because all of the other circular routes, even if there are some like short trips, they just gather into one big page instead of actually having 2 directions like that, which is really confusing. Still no one boarded, literally empty. I don't know whether anyone boarded at Kelmscott and got off earlier on before my stop. But anyways, for this whole section that I've started from, until right now, no one's on at all also. Literally completely empty. This is where Mark actually got off before. I think he got off right there for that little bit of a special supermarket or something. But he filmed that during rush hour, so that's why there are more services. Although bad thing about rush hours is it doesn't do the deviation. So that's why he didn't get the chance to do the deviation last time when he filmed it. But during rush hour it's like 20 to 30 minutes per bus, so that's why it's very straightforward. It doesn't need to wait that long like me, 1 hour, so. Yep, this whole path absolutely empty, no one. Not even a single person is getting on board. Okay, but now it's going back downhill, so going back downhill of course it will be very smooth. Going uphill, the bus can't handle it. Okay, what the? People. He didn't expect it, so he's driving so fast and he actually need to just stop because there's someone boarding. Well, I don't sit at the front seat. That's like the best seat to sit down. Because right now we're going downhill, so that's why going downhill is very smooth. There shouldn't be any problem with a gas bus going downhill, but there is also always quite a big issue for uphill, so that's why. I can try and maybe hike from Roleystone here all the way to Kalamunda. That's probably possible as well, but need a map or something in order to have that happen. I think it's the same path as before now. Not yet, I think, but very fast right now. This guy driving should be really quick to go back down to Kelmscott here. Still no stops on the other side yet, so probably we haven't come back to the spot that we actually need to bind with the earlier circular part. Oh, here it is. Okay, here it is. That is where we went up earlier on. Now we continue our way, just go straight back down now. Yep, going downhill, no problem for gas buses. Very efficient. Okay, my back just go over. Well, my back just fell over because he's turning way too fast. But considering no one is actually on the bus, I don't even need to pick it up for now. I'll pick it up when the bus stops later on. At least I know where it is. It's not going to get picked up because there's only one dude in the bus right now. But having a gas bus driving down these paths are really satisfying though. these stops on this side of the road, like how can you actually leave this road? There's not even a road, it's just mulch. Like, at least that one is a little bit better, have a pedestrian path, but some of the stops just literally put right here in the middle of these sand and rocks. Right, made it back down to Albany Highway. Nice. Wait, made it back to civilization. And we'll go over to Kelmscott Station now, really quickly. I'll pick up my bag with a cut here. 3 more stops over to Armadale, Kelmscott. Bus on the other side. It's been a while since I've seen another bus, so. Plus up there in Roleystone is actually one direction only for the 241, always going this direction of the loop. That's why you never can see actually another bus on the other side of the direction. Looks like it's 220 here. 219 just departed, 2167. Oh, is that dude again? Yesterday it was on the 220. Yesterday it was doing the 220. I took it yesterday. If you have, yeah. So, well, here we are at Kelmscott Station. It actually takes 25 minutes to get back down from the stop that it was just at, all the way here, but it only took us less than 20 minutes. Huh. Here's the turn, we turn in. And of course, we will have to make it through that. Nice, very nice. Next will be, I think I'm going to try the 245. I think it should be possible for me to actually take the 245. It might be the same guy, but it's totally fine. Actually, the 245 departs in 11:03. And we still need to get in there first, so that's fine. Yep, 245 departs in 8 minutes. And the bus should be already there, so that's why I just get off and just gonna board the 245. I'll try the 245 out and mark it off. Finish the 241 full journey. Nice, another new route taken. Back at Kelmscott Station. Mark it off on my list here. Transperth routes. 241 done, marked. Perfect. And here we are at Kelmscott, but we need to enter from the other side, so exit only this way, enter only at the back. So there's a non-gas bus over there, but all of the freaking Southern River B7s are so trash. They're all unrefurbished. Oh man. Here we are at Kelmscott. Hopefully no trains is gonna coming in very soon. Because if there are trains, we're actually going to get stuck here, so that's why we need to get through quickly. There we go. No problemo. Getting off time. And here we are. 1655, circular via Roleystone, via Hillandale Village, Kelmscott Station 241. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe, click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram. Clicking on this video up top, and I'll see you guys next time.